real quick. Shakur Stevenson defeats William Sabella, and we didn't do a preview for this, Sean, but we spoke about it,
Yeah.
and we both picked Shakur, and we both picked Shakur by domination, even possible stoppage, because we, or at least I, figured and said, "Yo, trust me, he's gonna stand in front of this guy." Because this guy's tailor made for him. Flat footed, plotting fighter, volume puncher, yes, but no power and no punch resistance. This is the perfect guy for him to look good against and to say, "See, I sit in the pocket, I'll do all this, I'll do all that." So he did it. And I said he's gonna do that and try and prove that he's that guy and he's that kind of fighter and that he can do that with anybody. And what I'm upset about is that people are believing it. People are believing it. Um, So let me ask you a question. He won. He won the fight. I think Cepeda won at least 4 rounds, and a lot of other people that think so. Did Shakur allow that to happen? Yes. He fought in a style that gave Cepeda more chances, but he still showed that he can't really finish an opponent. He still lacks power, whether it's hand issues, whether it's lack of power. I think it's a little bit of both. Shakur is just not. He's just a pure boxer. That's it. That's the bottom line. He's a pure boxer. Oh, but what you mean? He was banging. Yes, guys, because he's fighting a guy that he knows he can do that against. Man, a guy who doesn't have knockout power. He's an accumulative puncher. He's a small guy. Shakur's a big 135, and he still was getting worked, and he looked like a tomato in it. He got hit a lot. He got hit a lot. Now, let me ask you something, Sean. If Shakur is that guy, and he can't fight like that with anybody, let me ask you something. I'll mention two fighters. Do you think if he were to fight, because there's nothing else at 135 except one other guy, right? If he were to fight to rematch De Los Santos to try to make his right wrong, do you think that he'll fight that kind of fight against De Los Santos?
No, absolutely not. Because he understands how dangerous and explosive of a puncher is De Los Santos, right? So, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna give you your flowers. You mentioned that about the Cepeda fight. That listen, he's gonna stand there and fool the people. Now buy it, you know, shout to Shakur. I mean, he's a skilled fighter. Let's not be clear here. I don't want this to feel like, oh, y'all just hating. We're not hating, bro. We're not hating. He's a very skilled fighter. But let's also not get caught up neither. Because he fought one fight like this. Oh, you see, he's not a runner. Bro, so one fight, now he's in a way. Like, come on. And like you said,
Like I said, I mentioned two fighters. Let me ask you about one more fighter before you get into developing your statement, because I don't want to forget. You answered that. Let me ask you another one. And I think he beats this guy. I think Shakur beats this guy because he's green, he's not ready, he's too young. I think Shakur outboxed. But do you think that Shakur will fight that way since he's that guy against Floyd Schofield?
absolutely not. And again, for the same reasons for I said De La Hoya, De Los Santos. It's the explosive. These guys got night quill in their gloves. Yes, Schofield is a little greener than De Los Santos. De Los Santos a little more polished, but Schofield, let's be clear. If he catch you flush, I don't care how many years you've been fighting. You if he ain't gonna knock you out, he gonna drop you. The kid is just strong, man. He's just naturally strong. And he has very good punch placement. When he hits you, you're gonna feel that. And Shakur understand that. And if he does decide to stand right there with a De Los Santos or Schofield, then yes, I will really tip my hat to him and say, nah, bro, like these dudes, and no one can take that
Oh yeah,
from
no,
him.
he not doing. Yeah, he not doing.
I know, but we know reality is that, deception, right? They're gonna, it's like a magic trick, right? They you say, oh, look at a penny in my hand. Oh, oh, yeah. It's a trick, bro. It's just a trick. Don't get fooled by it. So I think now people, oh, you see, Shakur's like that. Where all the haters at, bro? It's not haters. You see,
Oh, it was a 7-1. Cepeda was a 7-1 underdog. Like everybody knew what was gonna. If you knew boxing, like I knew, like I told you, I predicted that kind of fight from Shakur. Like that's the perfect guy for him to do it against, and that's why he wanted that fight for so long, and that's why De La Hoya postponed it for so much. De La Hoya's not dumb. He's one of the best fighters to ever do it. He knows boxing. He knew Cepeda was never gonna beat Shakur, so he postponed it as much as he could. You
yeah.
know,
I do want to also say that um earlier when you had hit me up, I said, yo, me and my wifey, we watching the fight. Now, Baye, I was there live. I was at both fights, to be exact. And now watching it, yo, you're right. I think I gave him 4 rounds. I
yeah,
gave I
yeah.
gave the bet out. Yeah, I said, oh shit, you know what? The fuck, bro. I'm like, damn. And I was watching it closely, but watching it on the big screen, I said, "Oh shit, the fuck, bro!" All right, so yeah, Cepeda, shout to Cepeda, man. He did what he could with what he has. Very limited fighter, like you said, and he did.
Let's and we're not talking shit. Oh, you talking like that about Zepeda now? No, man. Watch our previous shows. Watch how we speak about Zepeda. We didn't break that fight down, but we'll tell you this. Remember what happened when he fought Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer is a guy that's been coming up in weight class for years. Started at 126, 130, has no pop, has hand issues, and he came up and gave 24 hard rounds with Zepeda and buzzed him. Shit, looked like he was almost dropping Zepeda at times. And that's a guy that came up in weight and can't punch. And then he fights Schofield and he gets dismissed. Right? So this is the same guy that fights Shakur and makes Shakur makes Shakur because Shakur chooses to fight that fight. He chose to fight it, but still, this was Shakur's hardest fight to date. Like, as far as what he went through in the ring, and he did it against the guy who went 24 rounds with Tevin Farmer, who just got dismissed by the young man Floyd Schofield. So think about that. Think about that.
Drop. Heaven Farmer dropped Cepeda.
And oh shit, he can't even punch. This. I like Tevin. He's a good fighter. He's tough. He's gritty, but he's not a puncher, and we all know that. So, for Shakur, the bigger fighter, because he's bigger than Tevin, you can see his frame. He can go to 140, 147, no problem. He's just very disciplined and he stays at 35. So, if he couldn't even drop Cepeda, I got bad news for you, man. Stick, you a pure boxer. That's it. You a pure boxer. People all know, but yo, I came in here today to somebody went from, yo, I'm a Shakur fan now. I said, yo, listen. And I explained to him, did he believe me? Did he think I was hating? I don't know. But I'm not changing my story from before. And if I would have said, yo, Sean, I think it's better I'm going to stop Shakur, man. I think you want to work him. And I think, yo, that's it, bro. The cherry picking is over. Then I'll be hating right now. That's not what I said before the fight. I explained how the fight was going to go. That's how it went. He did a great job with the smoke screen. And he said conveniently so that he'll never fight like that again. He says now he's going back to what he does.
He knows. He knows because he's gonna fight. Hopefully moving forward, he's fighting dangerous fighters, which we want to see as he should. People considering him or he the best fighter, so then prove it because you haven't proved it against nobody. Your competition has been solid at best, So I need to see something.
Yeah, and look, unfortunately for Floyd Schofield, I think that fight is next because Turkey. We already know what Turkey want to see is what Turkey gets. And that's what Turkey's gonna want to see, right? I think Schofield is green. I think Schofield is green, and I think Shakur's best bet is to fight him now. Because in a year and a half, if that boy stay focused and he keep winning, then bro, he's gonna be able to beat anybody at 135 pounds or 140 if he chooses to go up. So
Yeah.
just like Floyd did Canelo, fight him early, fight him early, fight him now. You can beat him now. But if you wait a year and a half and he fights seasoned fighters and he does that to a seasoned bigger fighter, then bro, then you just gonna be setting yourself up for that L. And I don't think Shakur, like you said, he doesn't like those 50-50 kind of fights. It is what it is.
We'll see. We'll see.